Because only hours after the Miami Dolphins made the shocking decision to move on from Tua Tagovailoa, eating an unbelievable $99 million in dead cap to do it, the Atlanta Falcons suddenly stepped in and signed him to a one-year deal worth just $1.3 million. That number alone raised eyebrows across the league. A former starting quarterback, a player who once looked like the future of a franchise, now landing on a cheap one-year prove-it deal. But the real shock wasn't the contract. It was the team that signed him. Because Atlanta already has a young quarterback they were supposed to be building around, Michael Penix Jr., and the moment fans realized the Falcons might now have two left-handed quarterbacks in the same locker room, competing for the same job, the internet practically froze. Nobody saw this coming, and now everyone is asking the same question. What exactly is the Falcons' plan? Because just a few weeks ago, the story around Atlanta felt simple. The franchise had drafted Penix Jr. with the belief that he could eventually grow into the long-term face of the offense. A strong arm, huge college production, and a skill set that many believed could translate to the NFL if given the right development time. The idea was patience. Let the kid learn the system. Let him adjust to the speed of the league. Build the offense around him slowly. But the second Tua's name entered the conversation, that entire timeline changed overnight. Suddenly, this isn't just a development story anymore. It's a competition. And in the NFL, quarterback competition changes everything. Practice reps become a battle. Every throw gets analyzed. Every preseason snap gets compared. And fans start choosing sides before the season even begins. But before we even get into the chaos happening in Atlanta, you have to understand why Tua was suddenly available in the first place. Because that situation in Miami raised plenty of questions too. For years, Tua Tagovailoa's career has felt like a roller coaster. When he first entered the league, expectations were sky high. He was one of the most accurate quarterbacks to come out of college in years. At Alabama, he ran one of the most explosive offenses in the country and looked like a future star. But the NFL hasn't always been smooth for him. Injuries became part of the conversation early in his career. There were moments when he looked brilliant, slicing defenses apart with quick decisions and pinpoint passes. And there were other moments when critics questioned whether he truly had the arm strength or durability to lead a franchise long-term. Still, Miami stuck with him for a while. They built an offense around speed. They surrounded him with weapons. They tried to make it work. But eventually, something shifted behind the scenes. Reports started surfacing that the organization was reevaluating its future at quarterback. Some insiders claimed the team wanted a different style of playmaker under center. Others suggested the front office simply lost confidence after years of inconsistency. Whatever the exact reason was, the result was shocking. Miami moved on. And when they did, they absorbed one of the largest dead cap hits the league has ever seen. That kind of financial sacrifice usually sends a clear message. The team was ready to turn the page. But when Tua suddenly hit the market, most analysts expected him to land somewhere as a backup, or maybe compete for a job on a team desperate for quarterback depth. Very few people expected Atlanta to step into the picture, because again, the Falcons already had their guy, or at least that's what everyone thought. Michael Penix Jr. was supposed to represent the future. When the Falcons invested in him, the fan base started imagining what the offense might look like in a few years. A young quarterback developing alongside the rest of the roster, a system slowly built around his strengths. That was the vision. But now, imagine being Penix and hearing that a veteran quarterback with starting experience might walk into the building on a one-year deal. That changes the entire dynamic instantly. What was supposed to be development suddenly becomes pressure. Every practice becomes an audition. Every mistake suddenly matters more, and fans start wondering whether the organization truly believes in the young quarterback they drafted. This is why Falcon supporters are completely split right now. On one side of the debate, there are fans who actually love the move. Their argument is simple. Quarterback depth matters. Injuries happen in the NFL all the time. If Penix struggles early or needs more time to adjust, having a veteran like Tua in the building could stabilize the offense and keep the team competitive. From that perspective, this isn't a controversy. It's insurance. But on the other side of the conversation, there are plenty of Falcons fans asking a much more uncomfortable question. If the